Alright, guys, I should be audible. Let me know if you can hear my voice, or if there's any disturbance, or is it not audible properly. It is audible. Alright. We will we will start in like 1 minute. Voice is clear, alright. Meanwhile, you can put in your questions. You can put in your questions. Also, make sure that the people who have joined in, you like the stream. Like the stream, let's get this going. Is the market pulling back or something? Why am I stuck? Hugo Bank, IRFC, Inox Green, HDFC Bank. What is going on in HDFC? HDFC Bank, it was bullish last time we talked about it. Kind of bullish. Check that out. There was a question about Inox Green as well. Inox Green is good. Nothing wrong. HDFC Bank. Yeah, so we were talking about HDFC Bank. Give me one more second. Alright, we'll start now. Start with the questions now. Alright, so HDFC Bank is looking okay. Why do I say that? Because if you see, this is the last base. It broke down below it, and now it has cleared that base. It is also holding this area of demand, which is a very old monthly demand. Talked about this monthly chart on HDFC Bank as well. If you see, it is holding this area of monthly demand, and now it's trying to push up. So HDFC Bank is good here, but would I buy HDFC Bank? I wouldn't. There are many other options in the market. You don't want to buy HDFC Bank right now. You can buy much better stocks. All right. Um, Gold. The gold has moved up, I think, from the last time we talked about it. Very sharp move in gold. Um, I watched silver. I'm not sure what gold is doing. This is silver is going up, and gold is going even more. Obviously, because there was this area of monthly demand here, we are going up. So I think gold is getting ready for a breakout. Until and unless this level is broken, 1820, 1830 on the US dollar chart, I think gold pretty good. Obviously, I cannot uh, comment on the short-term movement of the gold, but it's still pretty good. All right. So let's quickly talk about the index as well. Um, the stocks are kind of pulling back. All right. So, so what is the index doing? So Bank Nifty, we talked about this area of demand right here. We talked about how Bank Nifty was stronger in these parts, stronger than Nifty, and now we are seeing that playing out. All right. So this is playing out pretty well. Nifty, obviously, Nifty was much stronger. We talked about where is it? Yeah. So we talked about this area of demand in Nifty, this area of demand right here, and now it has held up well, and now we are pushing up. Not audible. I think I should be audible here. So index is pretty good. Would I buy the index here? Obviously not. Right. So pretty good. Um, Nice breakout here. We are doing this same pattern for the last multiple months. If you see, pullback goes up, pullback we go again. The range is probably complete. All right. Um, I think what we have done here is we have formed a range here and then another range on top of it. So I think Nifty is heading up. All right. Over the long term, over the medium term as well, Nifty is poised to head up. On the other hand, small cap index obviously it was leading, so it has gone much further ahead than what Nifty has done. All right. So pretty solid index. Don't trade the index here, obviously, because we are in no man's territory. So don't trade it here. You will see that it is more often range bound. Um, might just stay sideways here for 4 days and then break out again or fall again. So there's a higher chance of a range bound action like this in the index, right? But again, that's still only a chance. So even betting on a range bound action is not a good choice here. So overall, avoid the index as of now. Uh, Trade stocks, buy stocks, keep buying stocks. You don't want to miss out on a big bull run. All right. Also, I think multiple people bought this stock from the live. Let's talk about this. It is holding this demand, and there is this supply as well. So let it trade between these areas until and unless it breaks one of these. Uh, there is no need to exit the stock, right? And obviously, also keep an eye on the index as well. The small cap index starts to break down for some reason below this area of demand, then it could simply come down to this level. So that might lead to a pullback as well. So pretty extended, but we are actually holding up very well, which is uh, which is a sign of strength. We might give a pullback, but again, the demand zones are pretty strong as well. You all saw what happened yesterday. Uh, this move right here from this demand, previous base, big spike to straight to the morning today. All right, so very strong chart of the index of especially small cap. And yesterday Nifty wasn't even going up. Yesterday Nifty was sideways, and small cap index just shot up. So extremely strong. The small cap index. I think this strength uh, continues for some time. Right, we probably won't see a stop here anytime soon. So keep buying stocks. IRFC. Inox Green, I've talked about it. Um, it's decent. I bought it somewhere here. It spiked up into the supply, but now it's sideways. So maybe let's see what happens between this range right here. Just make sure that if you are planning to buy this, don't buy above the half of the range. All right, try to buy in the lower half, near to the demand zone, because that is when it will give you much more chances above your costs. If you buy towards the top of the range, it will try to continuously pull back down. So you will see your cost much less often, um, compared to buying it towards the low of the. I've been talking about this since the past. I don't know how many lives, but you get the point. IRFC was kind of extended, I think. Okay, so yeah, so if you see in IRFC, the demand is actually coming from um, this low right here. All right. Um, so to buy it here, I don't think I will do that. Right. There's a big gap here between this low and this low. So I think it's about how much? The current price, it's about 5%. So don't buy it here. And if you see multiple demand zones are stacked. So there is this one as well, which is uh, which is right here, and then there is this entire wick as well, is right here. So maybe if there's a pullback, it might this do this. So this is the best scenario for me to buy the stock if I'm looking into it. I won't if it breaks out here, it can go. I don't really. You see something. You look at the difference between this price action where every demand zone is tested compared to this where the last one isn't tested till now, right? So hopefully that clears out the difference. All right. So again, the people who have joined in just now, make sure that you like the stream as well. Um, like the stream, share it as well with any of your friends if they are trading and all that good YouTube stuff. All right. What's next? Sagar Cement, Sham Metallics. Again, guys, the stocks which I talk about here, they I just discuss the charts. All right. Don't take what I say as a, I mean, line carved in stone. Right. I just talk about them. I just talk about charts. I don't care what the company is doing. I don't care what the target for the company is. All that stuff doesn't matter. Just the objective chart reading here. All right. Nothing else. So take your trades on your own um, discretion. Right? Don't depend on me. Sagar Cement is leaving the base. Cement stocks, they are setting up very well. I've been saying it all the time. Cement stocks and infra stocks, don't let them go. All right. All these cement stocks, they are bound to do very well. Um, I'll show you another example. Look at this one as well. I bought it right here. So all these cement stocks, they are bound to do well. They are all setting up in these big bases. They're moving out of them. So all these cement stocks bound to do well. Another one is Star Cement, which is also above the all-time highs. Right. So these stocks are bound to do well. Don't miss the infra run. Right. If the stocks look like they have already gone up a lot, uh, they will go up more. You can trust me for it. I can give a view on a sector. So all the ground level economy stocks, the infra stocks, cement stocks, um, construction, real estate stocks, these stocks will do very well. Don't miss them in the coming maybe 6 months. Or it's Sham Metallics, yeah, metals as well. Metals might do great as well. Sham Metallics, I am waiting for a pullback here. I won't be buying it at this. I am waiting for a pullback and a sideways range. But obviously, structure is really good, and it is at this high as well. It made approximately around 2.5 years ago. So keep this on watch. Might do well. Another sector is power sector. If you think power is done, I would suggest you to rethink it. All these green energy stocks, they have been doing exceptionally well past 6 months or so, right? So power sector, long way to go. All right, Maz stock. Yeah, again, don't buy this because this area of supply completely untested. You might buy it, will go up and come down immediately. Might happen. So something like this. If something like this. Obviously, if it sets up after that, it might go up, but the first reaction uh, might happen very quickly. All right, UCO Bank. Yeah, so let's talk about PSU banks. What is going on in PSU banks? Because they have been doing very well. I've talked about this bank moving up. Let's talk about the PSU bank index because some PSU banks are downtrending, but you see now this is a very nice base that's formed. So I think a lot of PSU banks might start to go up again. The last time we caught PSU banks was here. We traded some PSU banks here as well. If you guys remember, we were buying, I think, UCO Bank here, UCO Bank and uh, Bank of India, I think, or some sort of something which starts with an I. Let's IOB, yeah, IOB. So Indian Overseas Bank, we bought it here. The marking is still there. So again, this is setting up very similar to the previous times. So this can do very well, right? So let's see what happens here. Um, I'm sure some of them will do very well again. All right, JSW Infra. JSW Infra was a recent IPO. Yeah, don't buy this. I don't think you should be buying it here. Even if it is even if it is at upper circuit tomorrow, I wouldn't regret what I said. Too far up. There is no pullback. This is basically the highest point. So I think you should be buying it here. Again, the people who have joined in recently, make sure that you like the stream as well. Um, Maybe share it with some of your friends too. All right, Jupiter Wagons. Jupiter Wagons pretty good. It is forming. It is making a higher low here. Pretty good. Again, the same thing until actually this demand is broken. The chart will be good, but I am holding it, so I might exit when this low is broken. So chart is pretty good. Don't worry about it. 5% circuit stocks, they make ranges like this all the time. You can see it here as well. You can see it here as well, and everywhere. Right? So this stock moves like this. Don't worry about Union Bank. I think we talked about Union Bank. Okay, Union Bank is extended. So if you see, once you know where the demand is, it's very easy to know the stock is good or not. All right. So look at this part. The demand was right here, and then the base was right here. I think we actually bought it here as well. I'm not sure. Some people might have bought it in this. So went up. Now, if you see, the demand is here, and this is just basically a very tiny contraction. It can expand to the demand, and then maybe go back up. All right. Um, this is not something you should be buying straight off the expansion. A base has to test a demand. A base cannot be formed in the middle of nowhere, right? A base basically means that someone is buying from the lows. So let's say if this is a demand and there's an up move and the base is forming here, the actual buying started here. So even if someone is buying up here, this is not a very strong buying. This can fizzle out here and then maybe we form a bigger base now using the new demand zones. That is clear with everyone. All right. So a base has to form on a specific demand for me to be sure that there's a chance of a big up move. Otherwise, every time I'll expect it to just open up the range and then use some of the previous zones to form a bigger range before going up. All right. So this usually happens when, let's say, a stock is very bullish, right? Just a second. So let's say a stock is extremely bullish. There is very less supply in the stock, and it goes up. So, all right. So let's say a stock is very bullish. There is very less supply. It goes up very sharply, and now it's consolidating without pulling back to a demand zone. So what happens here is people who are too afraid of missing out, they will start to pile in here. All right. And what will usually happen is this range will open up and then all the moving averages will catch up. All right. This range will open up. These people who were too early into the trend, they are out of it now. All right. They are out at these levels where the actual demand comes in, and then the stock starts to move up. So an example of this is right here. Look at this. So pause in the uptrend here. All right. Just a second. If you see big up move, there is a pause in the uptrend here. Tries to break out, but then it pulls back to the demand. All right, because this area wasn't really supported by any demand. The demand zone was here. It breaks out, creates a fresh demand zone, and then the actual uh, base builds up completely in a bigger range, and then we start to continue up. Same thing here. There is a sideways range. The demand is at this low, breaks down, takes out everyone here, and then we start to go up. To avoid these things, just use the 50 EMA, right? If it's far from the 50 EMA, don't mess with the stock. It is already extended, right? So this will help you guys a lot. The things that I've said just now. All right. Oseco India. Okay, maybe this is a good one, right? But this is very illiquid, so I cannot really comment on it. But the chart is good. I actually traded this stock in this base. All right, HCL Tech. If it comes to, okay, that is a big. Comes to 1278 on the weekly. 1278 is this level. Again, if you are looking at demand zones, look at the lows. Look at this is the demand, right? So maybe somewhere here. But again, I don't buy straight off the weekly chart. I'm not sure if I would ever do that. All right. But yeah, maybe it can go up from there, because if it's breaking down on the weekly, is it is breaking down. So if it's coming down on the weekly, it's breaking down on the daily. So I don't want to buy stocks that are breaking down on the day. Looking at IRB, you bought IRB at 33 rupees. 33 is good, not bad. 30. You should hold it. There is no reason to exit the stock. Uh, you can exit maybe if it breaks this level, but I think you should hold it. All right, Balrampur Chini JK Lakshmi Cement. This is gone. This is obviously gone. If you bought this somewhere inside this base, pretty good trade, but now it's gone. I think we talked about the weekly of this chart. I mentioned the weekly uh, structure of this, very very strong. All right. So in Anok Green, there's a supply right here. All right. Lakshmi Cement. Again, this is also very extended. Look at where the stock is. Cement is doing good, but don't buy stocks like this. Selective stock. RVNL. We talked about RVNL earlier. It is still extended. This is the demand. All the railway stocks look alike. Some sort of pullback is market. Right. EIH. East India Hotels. Not bad, but I'm too scared of the supply. Would probably want some sort of a higher low here. Right. I'm too scared of this supply right here. Also, again, people who have joined recently, make sure that you like the stream. Geo Finance or Geo Financial Services. Okay, maybe, maybe you can buy this. This is a good chart. Not bad at all. Maybe I'll have to add it in um, my list as well. Capacite Infra. Again, this is too extended. This is too extended. Find stocks which are around the 50 EMA. All right. I don't buy these things. Sanjali Food Weekly. Again, weekly chart might not translate into a big move. So if I show you an example, look at this. This looks like a generational weekly chart right here. What happened after that? Uh, it came back down. All right. So weekly is a very very long time frame to judge bases, to judge contractions, and all that stuff. All you want to get from the weekly is there a demand zone here or not? That is it. All right. A stock can stay in a range for years. All right. In a weekly range, it can stay in a weekly range for years. So just because it's forming a weekly range guarantees absolutely nothing. All right. So the things that you do on daily, they won't translate to weekly because weekly is too long of a time frame. There is too much index involvement in the weekly movement of stocks. Apollo Tubes. Apollo Tubes is not bad. Not a pretty good chart. The demand is also right here. This is the demand zone. So this is your range. If it breaks down below this, please exit because below this, the demand straight away at the lows. This move is guaranteed if it starts to break. TP again. This is very extended. Uh, Look at the gaps here. Look at these big gaps here. Don't buy this. Sir, you are my inspiration. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks a lot. NTPC holding since 238. That's a pretty decent entry. Good trade. I think you should book something here. Um, according to my trading style, I would have booked everything here because see, every time there are some big candles will form a base. Big candle form a base. Again, a big candle maybe forms a base. So I would have booked something here, but it really depends on you. It's not like the chart is bad or something. Stovecraft, this is downtrending. If you're holding it, please exit. This is downtrending. It has broken the weekly zones as well. Don't anything below the EMA is done. Right? If you're holding it, please exit. There is no point. There is some weekly demand here, but no point. You're missing out on a lot of stuff just going up in a straight line. Right? So don't hold this. Hercules hoist. I think this is an illiquid. Again, this is extended. Look at, see, this is not tested. This is not tested. This is not tested, and this is also not tested. It can come down here anytime. This is just going up in a channel. So this is not a base. PNB again. PNB is very strong here. I think I might have to get in PNB. PSU banks. I think the time has come. Let's see what happens. Sarda Energy is again gone. If you bought here, that is okay. Don't buy it here. Demand is at this point. Phase 3Q. Again, this is too extended for me. I don't like. This is the low of the demand. I don't think I would ever buy this here. Markson's Pharma. Again, this is gone. This is way too. No. If you're already holding it, good for you. But this is. I don't see any entry. Don't buy this here. Look at how far this is from the EMA. Don't buy this. You want to get in when the stock is sideways and it is holding these areas of demand, these tiny candles before this up move. You want to get in during these times. Right? See this time right here. Maybe here as well. Don't buy it here. Never do it. You will end up buying at the top of a bull run. All right. BBTC again, nothing here. This is just a beginning of a range. Let it settle down. LG equipment. All right. This is pretty good. I think this is the weekly. Yeah. So we talked about this last time as well. Just holding, not exactly holding the demand, but kind of there. The weekly EMA is also holding one, but I'm only scared of this. So the profit potential is very less. So for me, I don't think I would buy this, to be honest. G1 small finance. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, all these small finance banks are doing really well, especially this one. If it goes sideways here, I would like to get in as well. RVNL, we have talked about it. It is extended. The demand is not tested. You can just scroll back a bit. This is also gone. Don't buy this. You could have bought it maybe off of this demand right here. That is it. No entry anymore. Suven Pharma. Okay, if you bought it here, pretty good. Maybe book something here. you are in a lot of profit here. I think the weekly high, yeah, this is the all-time high as well. Maybe you can hold as well. Pretty good trade. 575, that's a nice trade. I would be out here. There is no question about it. 575. 17-18%, I would be out. And this stock is a slow mover anyway, you see. It's a very slow mover. So this is kind of a big breakout for it. All right. Opinion on stop loss hardening as a trading strategy. It's just see, any kind of trading strategy is basically you're trying to find a repeating pattern. If um, let's say this is stop loss hunting for you, right? You people buy here, the stop losses are below it, and it comes down, and the stop losses are gone. For me, this is just a pullback to where the move started from, and now we continue again. So stop loss hunting, trapping people, thinking that people who are trading, they don't know how to trade. Obviously, people don't know how to trade, but just straight up assuming that those are the ones getting caught here. This is just some sort of mental gymnastics, right? Make simple, repeatable rules. Stop loss hunting is very subjective. Stop loss hunting is as subjective as drawing a trend line, because if your stop loss, if this is your stop loss hunting, this is just a test of the supply which made a new low. So you might draw a trend line here, you might draw a support here, you might draw a channel here. All this will show up as stop loss hunting for you. But for me, this is just the test of the previous supply. Or even if you don't want to name it supply, this is the test of the previous lower high. All right. So stop loss hunting, just don't unnecessarily complicate things. Right. Again, same here. If you see, this is also looking like a stop loss hunt, but it is just a test of supply. Obviously, here it's too far from where the selling is actually coming from. So it just pulls back to that level and falls down again. So stop loss hunting, in my opinion, is as subjective as drawing patterns, right? Because basically you are working against the patterns. So kind of it is kind of let's say uh, you're saying trend lines are subjective, or let's say any kind of support is subjective, or resistance is subjective, but you are also trying to find those subjective points to trade on the opposite direction. So why do you want to get into this mess at all? Maybe find a different mechanism to look at the same thing. All right. So if it's working, see, if it's working for you, then you should do it all the time, because whatever money you make, it is not written on the money if you have made it by hunting a stop loss, or if you have made it by buying a breakout, or if you have made it by value investing. All right. At the end, it's about what you can do over and over again. All right. If you can make money with patterns, you should do it. You should not listen to anyone else. If I'm able to draw a trend line and it works out for me, over time I'm able to make a decent return, I wouldn't change it if I didn't want to, uh, so if it's working for you, there is no um, there is no need to change anything, right? But if it's not working for you, then you should dig deeper. All right, so a final few doubts. Let's look at CSL. Again, this is too extended, don't buy this. IFCI. Again, this is also extended. Look at the untested demand. This is untested, this is untested. So don't buy this as well. Holding from 110. Yeah, that 110 is somewhere right here. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is a good trade. I think you should exit now. 50%, more than 50%. Artemis Medicare almost. Okay, Aster DM. Okay. Aster DM entry at 334. Yeah, this was a good entry. I think you should be out, in my opinion. Keep locking gains. All right. This is happening over a bull run. You don't want to see your stock do this and then do this for 2 months just to make 5% more. All right. So keep locking gains. Keep switching stocks in the bull market. Kelton, I don't think there's anything here in Kelton. The demand is right here, so it has a lot of range to form. Nothing yet. All right, what else? What else is there? Cosego, we have talked about it. Charlotte, what else? Nothing here. Nothing here. Let it form a range. But chart is pretty good, not bad. Missed Dixon Tech yesterday. Okay, this was pretty decent. Pretty decent. Yesterday was too extended. So if you were talking about buying it yesterday, this is way up, right? This is not where you want to buy. You want to buy maybe from the demand. I've talked about the IT stocks in the lives earlier. They have been setting up pretty well. I'll show you the IT index as well. Where is it? Yeah, so IT index is struggling around this supply, but might soon break out. Right, so all these mid cap, small cap IT stocks, I talked about Coforge, talked about Persistent as well. They've been doing very, very well. All right, Medico Remedies, I think it's, yeah, don't buy this. It does this all the time. Does this all the time. Don't buy this. You can find better stock. Range bound action much more visible in Indian stocks compared to US stocks. It depends on the market condition. Right now, US stocks are not moving that much, whereas Indian stocks are, everything is going up. It depends on the market. And also, a lot of Indian stocks are very illiquid. So these stocks, if you see, this is very illiquid. So no trading is going on here. Right? No trading is going on here. So these are illiquid stocks. If they're illiquid, they'll move in a spike and then they will be sideways for a long time. That is how illiquid stocks move. Reliance Infra. Reliance Industry Infra. Okay, just Reliance Infra, my bad. Again, this, I think, keep it on watch because it's an infra stock, but you can find better infra stocks. This is actually, there's too much of a supply in this stock. Every point. So maybe you can maybe find some better. All right, so last question, Solar Industries. Solar Industries, nothing here, obviously. Okay, last one. ITIM. LTIM. LTIM entry again, this is extended. There is no demand zone here. So don't buy it here. All right. Hello, sir. What's up? Everything is good, bro. All right, then. No more questions. We will stop the live here. What's up with the index view? You can scroll back. You will find it. Uh, you will find it around the beginning of the video. Right? So we'll stop here. I will see you guys again next Friday, maybe with a reel or something before that. So make sure that you follow me on Instagram as well. You are not here from Instagram. So, all right. So have a nice weekend. Have fun.